Hi, Marcel, the Wood Butcher, here once again with another exciting episode. This day's episode is basically sources of free wood that you can make stuff out of that cost you nothing other than your labor and your time and your creativity. Okay? Hey, let's face it. There are only so many trees on the planet. But as woodworkers, we make stuff out of wood. So, let's look at sources to, you can either call it, sources of free wood, and not only sources of free wood, but also repurposed wood. So we're going to break these sources down that I use and the stuff that I have made and successfully marketed are I would say about 90% from recycled wood. I buy as little wood as possible. I am fully in agreement with grabbing as much free wood as possible, and the word free as possible. And I'm going to share with you some of the sources that I grabbed this free wood from. But first, like I said, I'm still a one-man show, and I'm going to try to adjust this because, again, since my cell phone crapped the bed, that looks better. That looks better, okay? Since my cell phone crapped the bed, so I'm shooting from the camera on the PC. Okay? The first free source of wood I use are pallets. I'm very particular when it comes to the pallets that I choose. I don't want pallets that have the blue paint on them or the red paint on them and stuff like that. I look at them to make sure that they're not some of these cheap plywood pallets that are being manufactured now. And let's see if I can adjust this a little better so I don't have to stand this far back. No, I can't. Well, it is what it is. I mean, until I can do better, it is what it is. Okay. So anyway, I was saying, pallets, when I choose pallets to bring home, first of all, I don't want them if they're made of pine, which is easily to be seen if they're made out of oak. Most pallets are made of oak. I also look for how many rails is the pallet? Just one rail, center rail, and a third rail. That's it, right? Boom. If you get those, your standard pallet, what they call a grocery pallet, is 48 inches by 40 inches. With that center rail in the middle, if you cut down that center, that's probably going to give you about 18 inches of oak stock for free from the top of the pallet. What you want to look for also when you're grabbing pallets, the center rail, right? Is there something that's called a married pallet where they have another piece of wood married to it and it makes that center a little thicker than it should be. Pass that pallet by, throw it by. Unless it's really good wood, really white. The key is white wood. You want to pass up pallets that have the blue paint, the red paint, or any paint on them at all. And also any gook or glue, because you don't know what the hell that is. Can you take it off? Yeah. But who knows what it was. Right? This, I like doing this off the PC. It's easier because I don't have to hold the friggin' phone like I was before, but I'm not happy with the... I'm gonna make a change here. Okay. I just, hey, look, you get to see my whole shop, the background and all. Yeah, like I said, that looks even better. Okay, so here we go. So, pallets. Be specific when you choose pallets. 99% of the time, it's a free source of like oak, right? But some of them are pine, which is not a bad thing either. They're good for smaller projects and this and that. Second source of free wood. Okay? This is stuff, if you're like me, and you go to the local recycling center with your bags and cardboard and all that kind of stuff, take a glance through the recycling center of your municipality. Box springs, old box springs. You know the piece of mattress that goes underneath the mattress, that's just the frame, the box. If you flip them over and take a look at them, there's a lot of hardwood in them. It's usually either poplar or oak. Take them home. Bring them home. Pick them up. Take them home. You'll probably get a lot of hardwood or poplar wood out of them, which is a beautiful wood with its green shade. And sometimes you get lucky and there's really, really dark green poplar inside those. And you'll get some oak wedges and stuff like that. The key is when you're looking for free wood, there's two things you have to have. Number one is imagination. Number two is vision. Don't look at the scrap wood or pieces of garbage wood, somebody else's, the old saying, somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. Well, in woodworking, it stands so true, right? It stands so true. You have to look at your pallets. You have to look at any piece of wood that's laying out there on the sidewalk, box springs, cabinets, whatever. If it's out there on the sidewalk for free, go take a look at it. If it's particle board, leave it there. But if it's a headboard or a footboard from a bed, chances are the center parts are particle board, but the legs are probably maple or poplar. With the little balls and spindles and stuff like that. You know what? Bring them home. Chop them up. That'll be another video, how to chop them up and make anything. Like I said, the key is imagination and vision. When you take your imagination with vision, you can turn any scrap wood into anything, as from a cutting board to salt and pepper shakers, to divots, to trivets, to anything to the limits of your imagination and vision. You have to be creative. Got to adjust my glasses. I got a little too over involved there, and my glasses fell down a little bit. But yes, I'm reading off a cue card because what I've started doing is to make my videos more interesting and more informative. I've actually started a kind of a, let's call it a production process. Okay. Another source of free wood to let your imagination and your vision run rampant is furniture and stuff like that on the sidewalk. That, people throw stuff out on the sidewalk. Here's a set of oak cabinets sitting on a sidewalk. You know what? If I look at them first. And if they're particle board, they can keep them. But if they're oak, sometimes I'll just take the friggin' doors and trim. Or I'll bring the whole thing home, right? If there's oak trim and oak, you gotta look at the wood that's there. Bring it home. I do. Bring it home. Cut it up. The stuff I can't use. I have a nice fire pit at the corner of our patio in the backyard, and I have a burn bin. And you know what? I don't go to the store or the local firewood dealer and tell them, deliver me a cord of firewood and this and that. I use from my burn bucket and from the parts of the pallets that I can't use, which are oak. Oak. Good oak. Okay? Now, if you really, really want to go and find some fantastic, and I mean fantastic, free wood to be repurposed and reused, construction sites during the demolition process. You're going to find 3 sources of good free wood at construction site demolition processes. You're going to find pallets that are probably very clean. You're going to find old hardwood planks. I don't know how long and how thick, it doesn't matter. And you're going to find some exotic woods. I mean, some old wood that deserves a new life. And that's the whole purpose of repurposed wood. And the thing is, if you're willing to do the search for it, it's free. It's free. And if you make something out of it, if you're making stuff to sell, well, I will not say any more. The budget has been more than met on your materials. And keep in mind, material is money, so treat it so. So if you can get material for free, why not? Yeah, does it take an extra couple hours of labor and stuff like that to bust the pallets apart and and clean the free wood you got and stuff like that? Yes, it does. But let me tell you something. When you're getting oak, maple, poplar for free, $0, goose egg, and you can make something out of them that you can sell for 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, depending on, again, your imagination and vision. Does it make sense? Okay? And again, always stop. Headboards. People throw headboards and footboards from beds out all the time on the sidewalk. Now, in a lot of cases, the spindles on the sides are maple. The crap in between the two is probably particle board, which is garbage. You know, you hack off the spindles, you got good hard maple for free. You know, again, it is use your imagination and your vision. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there are some people that their imagination is fine, but they don't have the vision. They can't look at something and see, what the hell can this be? If you're that type of person, I can't help you. But if you have imagination and vision, and if you do woodworking, even as a hobby, I mean, I do it as a hobby. I have a full-time job, but, you know, I'm close to retiring, you know, and this is going to be my job. So this is going to be my source of income. So, but if you have any questions of how I find my free lumber, my free pallets and stuff like that, leave me a message down below. But again, the key is to be able to look at an old headboard, look at an old set of cabinets that are sitting on the sidewalk for free, look at a pallet, make your decisions about how clean the pallet wood is. Is it pine? Is it oak? Most of them are oak. Look at if it's a 48 inches long by 40 inches wide, which is called your standard grocery pallet. If it has one slat up the middle and not what they call married, where there's one board that's missing and there's another board that's done to it, you're going to get about 18 inches of oak. If you do it the cheap way, the way I do it, because I can't be bothered trying to get them friggin' spiral glued nails out of the pallets without splitting them to make them 40-inch pieces. Sometimes it's successful, most times it's not. So I'll be satisfied with 18-inch pieces, right? You want to hear a harebrained idea? I mean, you really want to hear a harebrained idea. If you're into making cutting boards, or if you're into making anything like that, cutting boards or thin slats of pallet wood ran through the planer, or if you don't have a planer, sand it down good, whether it be by through a regular planer or with one of these guys, right, is a great source. It's oak. It's oak. It's poplar. Bases for box spring, the boxes that mattresses sit on. Yeah. They're constructed out of poplar or oak. It's hardwood. It's free. Yeah, it's a little work to pull the staples out, but again, the same thing. Where all the staples come through, which is where the pieces come across like this, you know what? You got the wood for free. Just take your compound miter saw and hack off where the staples are, and you end up with pieces that are like 18, 19, 20 inches long. And this is free hardwood, stuff that you would pay $20, $30, $40 for if you went to a lumber yard, a hardwood lumber yard, of course. I'm not talking about going to Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. I'm talking about if you went to a regular hardwood dealer where you know you're getting quality lumber, you'd pay a fortune for this stuff. And it's laying all over the place for free if you know where to look for it. Keep your eyes open. Look at stuff. If you're into this, look at stuff. Look at the wood sitting, look at the furniture sitting on the sidewalks. Look at the pallets. Drive behind a shopping center or a strip mall. See the pallets stacked up out back. Go to construction sites. See the discarded lumber that's destined for the 30-yard dumpster. And, I mean, if you want to be really nice about it, ask. Just walk up and ask. Are you going to do anything with this? I'm talking about if you're at construction sites or behind shopping centers and this and that, and ask. Do you do anything with these pallets, or do you do anything with these discarded lumber from this construction site? And if they say, yeah, we throw it away, simply say, would you have a problem if I took some of this away myself? And I'll guarantee you, not guarantee you, I'll guarantee you, they would say, please help us out. Remove them, because we're paying to put these in the dumpster to have them hauled away. And let me tell you something. There is nothing worse than to have absolutely perfect, repurposed wood with a little bit of TLC to be thrown in a landfill when you, with your imagination and vision, can make something out of it, possibly make a couple bucks off it, and your material investment for the wood is this much. Zero. Goose egg. Zip. Nothing. Labor. That's all it is labor. And let's face it, if you're a true woodworker and if you really enjoy this hobby or vocation, labor isn't a factor. It's the gratification of seeing the finished product that puts the price tag on it. Okay? For right now, this is Marcel, the wood butcher, saying, protect your eyes, protect your lungs, protect your ears, and don't ever forget about protecting these guys. For right now, take care, make it a great day, and Semper Fi. I apologize for some of the lighting. Like I said, my cell phone kind of crapped the sheets, and I'm trying to shoot this off the laptop in the shop, and the lighting isn't working with me because you're usually used to seeing that. And, oh yeah, you got my head. Okay. But anyway, take care, my friends. And to my 20 loyal subscribers, a very special, special thank you. Take care.